Sure. Hello, all. Welcome to another edition of Damage Per Podcast. I am your host, Jesse Bartel, and joining me today is the Dommy Mommy herself, Bayonetta. Bayonetta, say hi to the people.
Hello, people.
Yeah, you gotta be like, I think podcasts are boring, and then you just have to hit that piano
hmm
music. I gotta put
Yeah.
that meme. You know that meme of that guy playing the piano and the piano's on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like that and like the Bayonetta score. It's just the piano's going crazy. Um, if you didn't know, today we are talking about the 2009 release of Bayonetta, developed by Platinum Games, published by SEGA, and is a spin around on your head and shoot guns on your feet simulator.
hmm
It is Bayonetta is a special game for so many reasons, and I think all these years later is still very special. Closing in
I agree.
on 14 years. How many years? What do we got? Almost 20.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Bayonetta because I don't know. I felt I can't remember what the reason was that brought me to Bayonetta, but I was like, I want to talk about it, and here we are.
Yep.
So.
And I had never finished it. I started it, never finished it. So I
Yeah,
was
and you still
excited to go
and
back
yeah,
to it.
and you finished it and you're like, I still don't know what the game was about.
Yeah, well, I wasn't necessarily enthralled with the story, but gameplay more than made up for it. So,
Yeah, of course, absolutely. There are Umber witches, and there are the angel things, and they
hmm
are fighting forever. And Bayonetta has a amnesiac. She's an amnesiac, and she can't remember anything, and that's about it.
yeah, there's a little girl for some reason, and
Who is basically Bayonetta as a baby.
hmm
So
and a reporter,
yeah,
and
Luca.
that
We
was
like Luca.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Luca. There's Jean, who you fight, but then you
hmm
become friends,
hmm
and becomes a bigger character later on in the games. But all good stuff. But before we dive into that, let's hear a word from our sponsors today, which is I don't know. I can't think of what are podcast sponsors all the time. Hymns.
Yeah, there it is.
To chewing to what the I feel like I've seen some that were like they're promoting those nicotine capsule things that you put in Zins or whatever.
hmm
I think that's a crazy thing to promote, but that's beyond me.
Yeah.
Um, don't do nicotine is like the most addictive thing ever. I am so
Mm.
happy I don't smoke anymore, and nicotine's the worst. But where are we going with this?
I don't know.
Mitch, well,
I'm
Mitch,
going with you.
how are you?
I'm okay. I guess we were talking before. It's fucking cold here in a place that we are not prepared for the cold. Very, so I'm freezing, but outside of that, I'm all right.
Yeah, we also here in New York got hit with a megaton of snow.
Yeah.
And it was fun though because I just didn't feel bad for not going for a walk for 2 days. So take that exercise. Um, we're gonna talk about Bayonetta, but first I want to talk about some games that we've been playing.
Mhm.
We're not going to talk about current events, and I'm not going to talk about current video game events because I don't know. Everything is crazy these days, so I don't have
Yeah.
anything to comment on. I mean, I have lots to comment on. I just don't think it's very productive for me to comment
Right.
on. But I am excited for Resident Evil 9,
Yeah.
very much so. That is one thing that I will say that is current that I'm excited for. And every time they show more footage, I'm like, stop showing more footage. I don't want to
Yeah.
see.
I haven't watched anything. I don't want to see anything else.
Do you
I
see? Yeah.
watched a very little bit. I know they dropped like 12 minutes or
Hmm.
something. I didn't watch it. I
Yeah, neither did I. I saw it and I was like, you know what? You guys are gonna ruin this game for me because you already
Yeah.
ruined one major thing about it. But
Mm,
it probably helps sales, but I don't want
yeah.
to. I don't want to know because I want
Right.
to. I want to watch how ridiculous that game is and see like
Yeah.
Albert
I'm
Wesker show
interested.
up in like a I don't know, a wheelchair or some shit.
Because I have to wonder if maybe they're like showing so much the way they are just because I feel like there's not the level of excitement that there was for Village because of Lady D. Like they just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're just looking for that character that's going to like make everybody excited, like we
Mm-hmm.
were for Village, and they just haven't found it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, I don't think Resident Evil has a sales problem, really.
Right,
I
for
think
sure.
it's probably like an easy everything for, for Capcom.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm so excited for Requiem. I'm just like so very much excited to play that. So looking forward to
Hmm.
it. And I recently finished Village, which I didn't ever
Oh, I
finish.
loved Village. Yeah,
And
I
I
played the
really
shit out
dug
of
it.
that.
It's a very different game than 7.
Biohazard, yeah.
Yeah, I think I like Seven's atmosphere way better. Like I like
Hmm.
I like everything up until the boat part.
Yeah.
And the boat part is such a
Yeah.
chore and it's lame. But I think with Village I really enjoy like Village is more of a game I would replay because it's kind of just built more for like entertainment, I guess. That's a dumb comparison because they're all built for entertainment. But
Sure.
I think the nature of 7 is a little more, is it 7? No, 8, sorry. Village is a little more, I don't know, action oriented. Like it's not
Yeah, it
like,
is.
yeah. Like you're not kind of sneaking around the house. Like you do that at Lady D's house, but like that's
Hmm.
like really the only big set piece where you kind of have to do that.
Right.
Oh wait, no, then you had no, there's the puppet lady too.
Yeah.
That was really fun. I like the puppet lady. But Village, yeah, finally finished it, liked it. I don't like the end of that game where it's just sort of like too much action.
Right.
I just think that's kind of
Yeah.
silly, but I think
I
every
really like
res
the.
yeah, go ahead,
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was
No, I
just
was
gonna
just.
say I think every Resident Evil is like has the same problem where it's like it builds up the atmosphere and then by the time you get to the last act, it's just like not even the game that you started with
Right.
kind of thing.
Just
So,
complete. Yeah. Yeah. Completely different game.
yeah.
But I really like the boss fights in Village and the different like monster aspects of it. Like they're all Resident Evil games. All have creatures and monsters or whatever. But
Hmm.
I don't know. Like you got the big weird, werewolf Santa Claus man, and you got the the fucking like the crazy mad scientist guy and shit. And
Hmm.
he's this factory and stuff, and then gigantic vampire lady or whatever that turns into this fucking thing. Like it's
Hmm.
just the and I really like the set pieces too. Like I said, that guy's factory. I thought that was fun, and
Hmm.
going into the werewolf Santa Claus's den and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cool stuff. I really
No, it's
enjoyed that game.
yeah, it's a really fun game and so I'm excited to play this one because it feels like they're trying to kind of give you best of both worlds in 9, by
Mhm.
giving a more action-centered portion of the game and then a more like Resident Evil 7 sort of feel to the game.
Mhm.
So I'm very 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 excited for 9. So that is the most current thing I'm going to talk about. Also, do you have, this is totally off topic. Do you have
Mhm.
that Criterion channel thing or no?
Mm-mm.
No, okay.
No.
I'm wondering, I was just trying to figure out if anybody has it and if it's worth it.
Uh,
Yeah. Anyway, uh listeners, if you were listening, by the way, we are close to hitting 6,500 downloads for our podcast, which is great.
what?
Yeah, it's nice, really nice. I'll talk about some games I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of games, but I'll talk about two that made me like think things. The
Mhm.
first one is Star Wars Outlaws, which I
Mm.
really enjoyed. I don't know, like I understand that a game made by Ubisoft is always going to be under the critical lens. I get it. I do the same thing. They are a bit of a repulsive video game
Mhm.
publisher or yeah, publisher. But like when the game came out and I put off playing it not because of what people were saying because I love me a good Star Wars game, but like
Mhm.
really because I heard in a lot of the reviews it just seemed like like just like technical issues and things were not there, and I was like, you know what, I'll just wait. Like every
Yeah.
Ubisoft game, like it's gonna be good a year later kind of thing.
Hmm.
And I understand that they patched a lot of the gameplay because it's a lot of like sneaking around and you don't necessarily shoot first. But they had a lot of like fail states where if you got caught, the game, the mission failed and you had to like start from the checkpoint. So they took that away. So like there was a lot of like quality of life stuff they put into the game since its launch that I know that are pretty valid criticisms. But boy, oh boy, when that game came out, people were so mad at it for
Hmm.
I don't know why. Like they just were. I remember, do you know the YouTuber G Man Lives?
No.
Okay, he's this Australian YouTuber. He does mostly like I don't know, like first person shooters and stuff. Like he's a very like I don't know, crunchy kind of guy. He's just very inappropriate and fun.
Mm. Hmm.
And I like him very much. And he put out a video on Outlaws, and like the next day on because I'm a member of his Patreon, like the next day he like put a thing up. He's like I took that video down because people were just flooding the comments with like the most ridiculous stuff and it's not worth it. And I was like, damn. Because like his review was like, I kind of like this game. Like it's kind of fun. It's not perfect, whatever, but I liked it. And yeah, he was like getting called like a sellout and all this stuff. It was the craziest thing to me. Like I have no idea like and this is a guy who I mean, he says the most inappropriate things all the time on his channel. Like there's no way that he's anywhere close to being a sellout.
Right.
So like there's this weird discourse around that game that when I finally played it, I was like, all right, like I got it on sale on Switch 2. I was like, I want to see how this plays on Switch 2 because I heard actually that they did a good job porting it over, and I like to see a good port. So I was like, let's try it out. I ended up really enjoying it. I think what I do like about it the most, though, is the story. You play as a character who has a death mark on them, and they are just trying to get rid of that death mark. And so the game has you going around doing odd jobs for syndicates and things to clear that from you. It kind of escalates into like a bigger story where sort of the Rebel Alliance show up, and there's some other things. But really, the story is very much grounded in like I just need to take care of myself. And I
Right.
think in Star Wars, for me, that's always like you know, uh, I mean, I like my Jedi survivors and things, um, but just like a very down to earth, no space wizard story in Star Wars where you're like dealing with the syndicates is really
Hmm.
like it's a refreshing take on in Star
Yes.
Wars. And the gameplay, like once I figured out what the how the game wanted me to play it, where you're sort of balancing the syndicate reputations with the Pikes and the Hutts and the Crimson Dawn. Uh, Once you sort of figured that out, it was like just an enjoyable game. The environments were fun to enjoy when you're on your speeder bike thing. Um, I don't think like the movement is perfect or the mobility is perfect when you're like many a times I go to jump for the thing and the thing doesn't, I don't jump to the thing I was supposed to, and
Hmm.
or I hit the wrong button and then like the entire base is aware that I'm there. um so like there's stuff like that that is just frustrating, and I think like outside of the main story, the side stuff is not that interesting to you know go and do. um but yeah, I just enjoyed that main story. I think I played it for like 30 hours. Like I liked it a lot. Like it was just a good Star Wars game. And I don't like I see where the criticisms are for some of the mechanical stuff. Like that's valid, and also being valid of like Ubisoft, putting out the game for like this is the $70 version, but if you want the real version, you got to pay $120 or whatever it was
Yeah,
when it first
Jesus.
came out. Like, like stuff like that, I understand, but just like hating it for being a Star Wars thing is just I don't know. But yeah, I recommend it, especially if you just like Star Wars, and you just want to enjoy a good story about criminals. Highly recommend it. You don't have to save the universe. There's none of that. It's just
Mm,
you gotta pull off one big heist to clear your name. It's great.
that's
Um,
cool.
yeah. The other thing that I've been playing that I'm not done with yet is the Final Fantasy VII Intergrade Edition. I did not get that on Switch 2. I got the Xbox version for that one because I just wanted to have like the 60 frame, like I just wanted the most polished version. Although I heard the Switch 2 version is very good. Um,
Mm.
but I got the Xbox version and there's no physical copy, which is a bummer. but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far. I do think it's funny though, like I mean Final Fantasy VII, the original one's like, like me and other people and yourself, like one of my favorite games of all time.
Hmm.
And I think it's really funny when like playing it all these years later and they use like realistic character models and things, and you're just like super aware of how odd everybody looks
Hmm.
like in the world compared to everybody else. It's
Right.
like they're on a train and this dude just has a gun for an arm and nobody is stopping him. Like that they like you guys are the terror. You got a huge sword on your back. Why isn't anybody like like stopping these people? Because like all the NPCs look like normal humans. And then you have
Hmm.
like all these like spiky haired guys that are the
Yeah.
main characters. And it's like there's kind of a disconnect there for me where I'm like, huh, I never really thought about that. Like, because like in the PS1 version, you don't see Cloud's sword on him when he's running around.
Right.
But then when you're like out and about in the remake, you're like, man, people must think he's like insane.
Yeah.
Like they do play with it a little bit. Like I'm in chapter 8, like I'm at the end of chapter 8 right now where you go to the slums with Aerith. And
Mm,
like the kids like model like they make like fake swords to put on their back to like pretend to protect the slums. So like there is like an recognition of like that thing that's on his back.
right.
But when they're like sneaking around like Midgar, I'm like, you guys cannot sneak around. There's nothing covert around you. You have this big black dude with a gun for an arm, and there's like
Right.
no other people of color in the entire game. like, like, like it's just and like the and like Jesse, Wedge, and Biggs, they all wear like Rambo outfits, and you're like you stick out
They look,
so much.
yeah, they look half Rambo and half pirate. Like,
Yeah, it's so funny. But outside but that's just sort of like a funny visual thing. But I think the game itself is interesting. Like I like it. And then I started playing on my regular Switch the old version of the original version of Final Fantasy VII, and
mhm,
just like playing through the opening parts of Midgar and being like, boy, oh boy, like you get through these parts in the game a lot quicker than you do in the remake, because in the remake they kind of just make you run around in all these places.
mhm,
Um, and I also saw that people complained a lot about the side quests in that game, which I'm not really sure. Like they're not like that compelling of side quests. It's like go to place, kill thing, and come back.
right, right,
Um, but people are saying like really like bog down the game. But I'm like, have you guys ever played like a JRPG? Like,
right.
that's what you do. You spend time doing inane quests because you want to. So I don't really have a problem with that. I think it's very padded out in terms of like what the original game is, but I don't feel like it's padded out in a way that um I don't know, I don't feel like there's just too like not like too much stuff to do. It goes pretty quickly.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know if you played that. I mean, it came out in 2020, so this game's been out for a bit, but it's my first time because
yeah.
I've owned every PlayStation except the fifth one. So
I
so
played it.
yeah.
If it's the one I played, the I don't know. I can't remember because I feel like there was one I didn't get, but I played on the PS4. I'd started and played the first remake, and then I got the one a couple of years ago on the PS5, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh, Rebirth, the
I can't
second
remember
one.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rebirth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't think I played Integrad. Was it Integrad? Whatever it is. I don't think
Integrate,
that one. I
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah,
I don't think I got that one.
well, Integrate is the first game remade like brought up to speed for newer cons from the PS4 to
Oh,
now.
okay.
And
Got you.
it
So
and
I only played the PS4 one then.
yeah, and it has they also included the like the Yuffie intermission stuff in it,
Mm,
which I'm excited to play. But yeah, it seems it's just there. What Square Enix has finally figured out is that if we bring our biggest licensed title to other consoles, it will sell lots of monies
hmm.
for us.
Yeah.
So it's like it's killing it on Switch 2 right now, and then the poor Xbox. I don't know what's going on with it,
Oh, I know.
but I got my copy on Xbox and it runs really well. So I'm sure other people are playing it, but yeah, it seems like the Switch 2 port is the one that people are pretty head over heels for. But there isn't a physical copy, so I don't know. There's a game key
Mm.
card, but I don't want that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and it is a title that I understand why it would be a game key card because it's actually like the file size is like 90 gigabytes, which is far exceeds any you know cartridge that Nintendo has ever had.
Mm.
So it's I
Right.
get it, but at the same time, like I would rather just download it if that's the case. Like I don't need an extra step in my downloadable content.
Right.
Um, so yeah, so that's why I've been playing. And I'm really excited to finish more of Final Fantasy 7 the remake because it's enjoyable and it's fun going back to Midgar.
Hmm.
And I'm also kind of gonna I think side by side I'm gonna play the original game on my first Switch just to kind of compare them a little bit. It's fun kind of doing that. And
Hmm.
the Switch versions have like the times three speed so you can kind of just zoom through everything. Um, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. How about you, buddy? What do you
Yeah.
got? What are you playing?
It's just still, obviously I'll pick, chopping away at this season. I couldn't figure out
You
what
got it,
adjective
man.
to
Just
use,
sound your
but
words out.
just still enjoying my Star Wars themed Destiny. And I actually got gifted a copy of Arc Raiders on my Xbox
Oh,
because I have
nice.
a buddy of mine it has gotten him back into gaming, and he
Mm-hmm.
wanted me to play it with him. So he was nice enough to gift me a copy of the game because I hadn't picked it up yet. And so we played around. I don't know, maybe I put maybe 5 hours or so into it, and I've never played an extraction shooter
Mm-hmm.
outside of the darkness zones in the division, and I hated those.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't sure. And marathon is like right around the corner, and Bungie seems to be putting most of their focus there, and Destiny's kind of not in a great. I mean, I think Renegades is great, but
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at a content drought here, and it's going to be for a while apparently because the next expansion thing is reportedly going to be delayed because of Marathon. And so I hoped that I would enjoy Marathon. I'm probably going to pick it up, but I wasn't sure because I'm not an extraction shooter person, or I didn't think I was based on the division. But and I think a lot of it was just getting in the game with friends and
Mm-hmm.
that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a blast in Arc Raiders, and I would not have thought that was going to be the case. But there was just something to like the being terrified after you pick up something because
You're like, am I gonna be good at this?
it's like, okay, like I get a gun and it's like a purple gun, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is, the, two steps up from the garbage that I started with. And I'm like, any second now, somebody could come around the corner and murk me and take that shit, and I won't have it. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so there's that. The stakes uh is what I thought I would have hated, but it's just that there's like this fear and adrenaline kind of feeling to
Mm-hmm.
and trying to be smart and play smart and hide and this and that. And I don't know, man. It's just been a lot of fun. And my first match, my first raid or whatever they call them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was me and Justin because you play three. You can play three on a team, or you can just play two or solo. But it was before because he had another friend join us afterwards. But just me and him on the first one, and he was, showing me, explaining the game, and hey, this you do this, and then showing like, I look at your map. These red areas have better gear, but they're way more dangerous because it's PvPvE.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have these robots or whatever that's are also highly dangerous to run into, not just other players. So, but anyway, so he's showing me around, and we're going towards this building, and we got jumped by these two other guys who obviously, had played the game a lot, and I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And so they downed me, and I guess they could see that I had nothing but garbage. So they went after Justin. They killed Justin and took all of his shit. And then the guy comes back over to me, and I'm just crawling around on the ground, and he rezzed me like instead of killing me, and he said, "Now run." And I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "Dude, he was so cold with it." I had to. I was like, "That is awesome. I respect."
Yeah.
And I did. I hauled ass, and they let me extract. They didn't kill me, so I was like, "Oh, look at that! I got to keep my little." I picked up like 4 pieces of garbage. Like that's literally like I scrap metal, and I had nothing. And I wasn't even worth the bullet. Like,
hmm
but but I don't know, man. It was fun, and I'm played it. I've only played it a couple times, but I just got it like a week and a half ago, so I'm looking forward to getting into it some more.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things, and it's one of those things too, like when I boot up my Xbox, I see people playing
Mhm.
online that I haven't seen play in years that are playing Art
Mhm.
Creators.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
like I think it has something going on, and I mean I feel like comparably to something like High Guard or something where that was like High Guard was overly publicized. I don't know if Arc Raiders was had that same kind of publicity or it just kind of fell into people liked it and it just grew in size. I can't remember. It's not a game that I real honestly, it's not a game that I would have followed its like development cycle anyway. So I
Right.
could just be blind to it, but I feel like it more or less came out of nowhere. And this like word of mouth really helped it.
The only
So,
reason I knew anything about it at all was
mhm.
because a lot of the people that are in my Destiny clan have been on it, and then a lot of my Destiny YouTubers are creating content in it now too. So, and I was like, I'll never play that. I ain't no way. Like, and then now here I am, like this shit is so fun. So,
What is that, Fortnite?
yeah,
But now, I mean, now you got Marathon coming. So,
yeah. Now I'm actually more excited for Marathon. Like that's the other thing I was going to say about that Arc Raiders has done for me is since I know that I don't absolutely hate the idea of an extraction shooter, and I'm more interested in Marathon. I
hey
was going to get
man,
it anyway, but
you're gonna be my guinea pig, and if Marathon is good, how much is how much they pricing this is as
40.
40 bucks? It's not too
Yeah.
bad, I guess. I mean,
Mm-mm.
there are
That
plenty of
makes me wonder
games.
how much content there is.
Well, yeah. I mean, also like a game like this, most of these types of games are usually free, so that's also
Right.
a thing, but they probably just have to make their money.
Well, it's 40 for just the game. Then of course there's the battle pass and all this other
Oh yeah,
garbage. And there's like
all the fun stuff.
there's a I think there's a $70 or $80 version that has all the stuff, and then
Um,
the 40 to 40 for I'm just gonna pay the 40.
yeah, I think I'm gonna pay. Well, I'm gonna see because I'm just gonna wait on this one. This is what I'm definitely waiting on. I'm not particularly like pumped about it, but
Uh-huh.
the only thing that is really keep me there is the name Bungie, even though
Right.
literally everybody that
Yeah,
I
it's
liked
not
at
even
Bungie has
right.
left,
Right.
except Danny. But I mean, in terms of like what got me excited about Destiny in the very beginning was like, oh, it's it's Marty O'Donnell and Joe Stanton,
Hmm.
all these people that were the Halo folks.
Right.
So we'll see. If it ends up being really good and you have a blast, I will put down $40 and play with you.
Hell yeah.
Anything else?
No, not really. That's space. I've been watching a lot of movies. I haven't really
Anything good?
and playing Bayonetta. I watched a movie. It's on Tubi, called The Decedent, and I did not know what that word was,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the follow up to do you know who Onyx Fortuitous that guy?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
The troll.
this is
Yeah.
his follow up. He made a horror film to fuck. He made the Onyx movie last year or whatever year that was.
Uh-huh.
And it's very good. It's very funny, but it's what you'd expect from an Onyx Fortuitous movie. But it's got creature stuff in it and stuff like this. It's actually really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is a very small horror film that he made to follow up that one, and it was actually quite good.
Yeah, it's got Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead were producers on it.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I would have watched it even. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I mean
That's
they have
crazy.
they got producer credits, so I don't know what, with that if they just gave it some money or
Wow,
whatever, but
that's
um
awesome.
yeah, but we love
Yeah,
those
it
guys.
was good. It was yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, big fan. And so
Hmm.
it was pretty good. Um, let me see. Outside of that, have I seen anything like crazy good lately? I feel like I've seen because I was on pace for at least one movie every day this year so far. I think I've
Damn.
fallen off. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think I've like a first time watch, just something new.
Hmm.
I've seen. I think I've fallen off probably because I didn't watch anything yesterday. Um, so I might be behind by one day, but I've seen a lot of things. I've been catching up um, on people's lists, best ofs, and stuff like that. I always tend to do that this time of year. So I've seen a lot of things that were pretty good, but nothing like has blown me away really. I
Hmm.
watched actually my favorite thing that I've seen so far this year is it's a movie from I think 81 or 82. It's an Italian movie called Poison for the Fairies.
Huh.
Really enjoyed that. That was the ending. I was just like, holy shit. It's like this girl starts this new private school or whatever, and she befriends this other little girl, and
As you do.
this
You get
yeah.
and then she's what, a witch or something? Something awful.
Actually, yeah. She tells her that she's a witch. And then she's like, if you don't do what and she kind of makes this girl, you know, her little helper and all of her little schemes and whatnot. And she always threatens, to do something. She'll use her witch powers or whatever on her if she doesn't do what she says, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And then she gets like progressively worse in the shit she wants to do. And, she's getting the other little girl in trouble. And she's like, you can't tell them that it was my idea because otherwise, I'll put a spell on you or this, that, whatever. So but the ending, I was just like, oh my God.
Oh
Like
man, I'm kind of want to watch this now.
it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Oh my goodness. I like those that's my vibe.
Hmm.
Um Very cool. Well, all right. Well, we can move it along unless there's anything you wanted to bring up. Any
No,
conspiracy
no.
theories or anything.
No.
They're making the frogs gay. Uh so- all right, so we'll get to the main course this evening. Um Moving right along. But we're going to talk about Bayonetta. So Bayonetta came out in 2009, like I said, and was developed by Platinum Games and pubbed by SEGA. Platinum Games, a little history here, was founded in 2006 by game design alums Shinji Mikami, who you know from Resident Evil, Atushi Inaba, or Inaba, I guess, who did Beautiful Joe, and
Oh, I love that game.
Hideki Kamiya, who is known for Devil May Cry.
Mm.
So these three guys and some other folks got together to make Platinum Games, and they were working on stuff, and they got a deal with Sega for 4 games. They got a deal for a 4 game contract, I guess.
Mm.
And by 2009, they would release MADWORLD and Bayonetta the
Oh, I
same.
love Mad World.
Yeah, MADWORLD on the Wii, and then Bayonetta on all major consoles at the time, and then eventually the Wii U, and we'll talk about that in a bit, and then also um, Nintendo Switch. And then the Nintendo Switch alone of Bayonetta that came out in 2014 has sold close to 2 million copies.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so it came out in 2009, right along the release of Mad World. It was a very crazy release window because like in 2010 they also came out with Vanquish. They also had this other game that was for the 3DS, which I think is called like Infinite Space or something. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a 3DS game. So they had like stuff just coming, like they just had a crazy release window, and it kind of made them nuts. Shinji Mikami would leave Platinum Games in 2010, so very soon after. I think when Vanquish came out, I think he left, or
Mm.
somewhere around there. And then he would make Tango Gameworks, and Tango Gameworks, of course, is Evil Within, and then they were eventually bought by Microsoft, and then Microsoft closed the doors on them. So
as they do.
as they do. So don't open a game studio because you'll probably be closed by someone. But we'll bring it back to Bayonetta. So for me, my experience with Bayonetta is that I rented it probably once again. This was a GameFly game. I rented it
Mm,
probably around 2010 from GameFly. Played it on PS3, and just I loved it. I thought it was just the coolest, weirdest, just kind of like I don't know, a game of yesteryear at that time, but also a game for those current consoles. It was just very
mhm.
action heavy and silly, and I appreciated that as someone who enjoys video games, and that
Right.
was it. I think I texted you it's the most video game of all video games.
Yes.
And so that was my experience. I've probably played through it a couple of times since then, and then replayed it again now
Mm.
on the 360 on the Series X. Um, did you also played it a long time ago?
Yeah, I did the thing after I fell head over heels in love with my Dreamcast, where I got basically if Sega put their name on something, I was interested in it, and so that
Mhm.
that would have been for me kind of where my interest in it was, and I got it. I can't remember where how I came like how I got my first copy, but somehow I didn't have it anymore, and
Mhm.
then so my friend Tommy opened a buy sell trade here in West Point, and he had a PS3 version, so I bought that from him. And then I came home and it was the cracked, like the on the
Oh,
inside,
damn.
so it wouldn't play. And so I can't remember if it was. I guess it would have been a games with gold game one month, and so I
Hmm.
was like, "Hey, I got that. I'll finally finish that game," because I never finished it, and then of course I never finished it. I didn't even go back to it. So until you brought up one, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I always wanted to play that because I liked what I played of it. But
Yeah, I still can't. I mean, to this day, I still can't tell you what the game's about,
right.
exactly. And I read a plot synopsis, and I still know what it's about. So I don't really know. Also, I forgot to mention the people who I brought up as the game design alums, Shinji, Inaba, and Kamiya. They also all, if you notice, they all worked previously for Capcom. So they
Mm,
were all doing Capcom games together. And responsible for, like I said, some of the best ones. So they got to make their own thing. So yeah, Platinum Games came out with Mad World, technically first on the Wii, which sold not as well as they wanted it to, but it did enough for an M-rated game on the Wii. Let's say that.
right.
I think it sold more than I would have thought it would have sold. But Mad World is also probably like one of the most expensive Wii games to find, I think
Hmm.
now. So if you have
That's
a
the only
copy,
reason I even.
hang
Yeah, I
on to
do.
it.
It's literally the only reason I even wanted the Wii. I didn't. I wasn't in on the Wii, like the Wii Sports. I didn't play any of that shit, and
Mhm.
like I literally when I saw Mad World, I was like, "Fuck no, I got," because they're never gonna put this on anything else.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of crazy. It's still locked to the Wii. Because I feel like a remaster would be fun for that on something. The
mhm.
Switch, maybe, I don't know, but I
Yeah,
mean the art style is very like Sin
in the city.
City-ish,
Yeah.
yeah, and a very unique, just a unique design and very creative. But didn't sell so well and to their expectations. Bayonetta 2, when it came out, I mean, its initial sales still weren't what they wanted them to be. I think it's done fine at this point, but um,
Yeah.
the designers aren't making money off the game anymore, so it's just Sega.
Right.
But they it didn't perform as much as they wanted to. Vanquish didn't perform as much as they wanted to, but I think what's really interesting is that they developed like a pretty hardcore following. It was just like as Platinum Games put their name on something, it was like I got to check it out.
Hmm.
And they've done some odd ones. I think they did like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game or something. So yeah, and recently they released that new Ninja Gaiden, which I'll get around to at some point, um but they seem to be still fine and together. I don't think all the original talent is still there, but They are there. Anyway, Bayonetta kind of evolved from sort of obviously Devil May Cry.
Mm.
Kamiya was the main designer behind Bayonetta, and he very much, based this around the DMC formula. Instead of style points, of course, you're getting like platinum trophies for your performance. Kamiya says that Bayonetta is his quote unquote ideal woman, which is concerning.
Yeah, to say.
'Cause listen, she's great from a distance, but I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it.
Yeah,
She's a lot.
yes. I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's how
I
specifically does he mean that? Says I'm just curious.
I don't know either. It says a lot about his psychology, to be honest. It
That's for
says,
sure.
yeah, that was a little bit like you didn't need to say that.
Right. It's, do you know that we can hear you?
Yeah, that is that is what I want all women to be. That is terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of. I mean, it's interesting. So, like, I played Bayonetta a bit around my girlfriend, and she is aware of Bayonetta, and she likes Bayonetta.
Mhm.
And it's funny because there is something about Bayonetta that is seemingly it feels like it looks like if you were just to show somebody Bayonetta, they would be like, that seems kind of sexist. And then you're like, well, and then you play it, and then they're like, it's not though. And you're like, yeah, it's not.
Right.
Because the character is like is a like a sexualized character or a sexy character, but like doesn't even seem aware of men at all.
Hmm.
Like is not looking for their attention. It seems like just she's just very empowered in herself.
Hmm.
And then she'll lick her middle finger and stick it into a motorcycle and make it start. So so I think
Yeah.
yeah, I think Kamiya, said a lot with making that his ideal woman. But the character design was done by Mari Shimazaki, who is she's a freelance artist, but she did all of Bayonetta's designs and the characters in Bayonetta. And then she also worked for Pokemon. She did the Scarlet and Violet. She worked on Scarlet and Violet. So
Oh,
very different, very different games. But
yeah.
yeah, very she's beloved for her artwork. Did you want to say something about Bayonetta's feminism?
No, no, no. No, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just she's I didn't even explain what this game's about yet. I didn't think we're talking about that. But hold on a second. I gotta take a sip of water. So essentially Bayonetta, what it is a third person action game in which you hit XXYY, no, you hit YYBB a lot.
Hmm.
And you hit the right trigger to dodge as this character named Bayonetta, the titular character Bayonetta, who has guns, and then she also has guns on her shoes, and then she has different types of weapons you can swap in and out of as you find them. But she is what you'd call an Umbra witch, and she has a bit of amnesia where she doesn't remember. She's been like asleep for like a good bunch of years or something, and then she's
500,
awakened.
yeah.
Yeah, 500 years, and she's awakened into the world, and basically it's like angels and demons are warring against each other, and one side is trying to beat the other. That's probably the best way I can put it. The way that the game
Hmm.
moves is that you're kind of moving between these set pieces, and it's kind of like you kind of don't know how you got to like when I start a level and then when I get to the end of the level, I don't know how I got there. It just happened.
Yeah, right.
Like I am at the beginning, I am on a highway. At the end of it, I don't know, I'm on the moon. And
Yeah,
somehow
basically.
they connected those things in the level, but I'm not really sure why it happened. Uh and yeah, I think that's I mean that's pretty much like the gameplay, right? Like you're just kind of put in
Yeah.
these very Devil May Cry sort of scenarios with a more active camera, but you're kind
Hmm.
of put in like these locked room kind of things and you have to beat the enemies until the thing opens up and you move to the next section. There are some larger areas in which you can kind of roam a little bit more. They did that more in Bayonetta 2 and 3, but with the first one it's a little more constricted. And yeah, and I think, it's a lot of doing combos, and I do think that what makes Bayonetta so much fun to play is that you could be bad at Bayonetta, but
Hmm.
you feel like such a badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you activate Witch Time successfully and then you just do a bunch of things, you're like, I feel so like I'm so good at this game. Even though I still have no idea what combos I'm pulling off. I'm smashing
Yeah. Well,
buttons.
yeah. Well, she's also like, for everything we talked about earlier, she's fucking cool. Like, so everything she does is cool, and so like her move set I thought was really good. I really liked the special attacks that she has when she uses her hair. Uh,
Yeah, when she does her like summons, I guess you could call them.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. That,
basically
yeah,
like her suit like it dissolves into her hair and spirit, and then it like creates like either a giant spider or a dragon and like
yeah.
beats
It's
beats
crazy.
yeah, it is wild. And she's just like standing there like just like posing.
She's posing. I was gonna say, yeah, she literally poses and shit when you finish a room. Like, like what? Okay, what?
Yeah, it's so good. And like she'll do things too, like when she's like spinning on her back with her shooting her shoe guns, and then she'll stop and
Hmm.
then she'll like put her hand on her head like she's like posing.
Hmm.
And like when you make her walk, she like saunters like very
Yep.
like
Yep.
sexy saunter, and it's just like so much style and attitude that is like once again more empowering than
Right.
I would say anything else, because she's just so I don't know, she's just so in control of just who she is.
Right.
Like I was like, I'll never mess with her. Like
Oh no.
I don't even want to make her mad. Um and so yeah, I think that's fun. I think like the Devil May Cry DNA is so apparent, especially in the first one. And the guy, he didn't do the second one. But I would say like as a whole, the Bayonetta games are more consistent. I feel like I like them.
Mm,
I like 1, 2, and 3 more than I like the catalog of Devil May Cry, because I feel like Devil May Cry is a lot of unbalanced stuff going on,
yeah.
whereas Bayonetta, like you could argue 3 is probably the weakest because it tried a lot of different things, but it's still
Mm,
Bayonetta at the end of the day, and I really like it. Um, and I think 2 is just like a masterpiece. Like that's the best one. Um,
yeah. I'm
but
gonna have to track down two. I don't have it.
oh, two's so good, dude. Like I think they did like with 2 they really figured out, they took everything that worked really well in 1, they expanded on it, and then they also gave more areas where you can just kind of run around and look for things. So they
Mm,
gave you some more freedom with how to go about that. And yeah, 2 is just a really perfect Bayonetta game. And I loved 3, but it's had some development issues, and so it feels like two parts of a game somewhere there. Um,
mm,
but I still really like that one. Yeah. Um, but anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so Bayonetta came out. It was pretty much hit with universal praise from everybody and critics and players. Some people dragged it for being sexist, which I completely disagree with, and I have my girlfriend to back me up on this one, so I feel fine uh, on that argument. But it did okay. I think it sold initially just like over just close to 2 million copies or something like that, or just over a million copies, which they said for their expectations wasn't where they wanted it to be. But still, I think over time it's become a very successful. The game has been a very successful. I mean, the first game is still very successful, and the second game are very successful games. So I think they did okay. They do admit that the PS3 port was a failure, which I don't remember
mm.
playing when I played the PS3 version. Like there probably was technical issues that I just wasn't paying attention to.
Right.
But they apparently said that there was just like, as always with the PS3, like working with the architecture was so difficult that they had a subpar port, they felt like, of that game. So,
Mm. Well,
um,
I never got to play it on the PS3 because my disc was cracked. So I still
uh,
have it, but I
you
can't
get
play it.
let's get to hang it up. Um, so yeah, so interestingly enough, after this, they were working on a Bayonetta 2, and then Sega kind of Platinum Games working on Bayonetta 2, and then Sega didn't continue funding, or there was some sort of thing where Sega dropped them, and that's when Nintendo stepped in and they were like, "Okay, we're going to let you make Bayonetta 2 exclusively for the Switch." Or sorry,
Hmm.
exclusively for the Wii U. And everybody was like, "Huh, interesting." I remember that too because I bought a Wii U more or less to get Bayonetta 2 in some cases. Um, and yeah, so they were kind of like, huh, that was an interesting move there, Nintendo. I don't know if it really worked out for Nintendo exactly. Like, I'm not sure it was I get they were trying to do like they did with the Nintendo GameCube era, where they were like, we got to get mature games on our console,
Right.
which is fine. I think, third party is probably a better option for that, but it locked Bayonetta 2 and 3 to the Nintendo ecosystem. I don't think there are ports of that available on anything else. So that's kind of
No.
a bummer.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Bayonetta 2 did fine for Nintendo, and 3 did not so great in terms of sales, but was, seen to be a good game. So I don't
It's
know if
still
there's going to
relatively new though, right? I feel
Bayonetta
like
3 a couple years ago, yeah, I think at this point.
really. Gee,
Hmm.
shit, I didn't know it was that came out that long ago. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, and it had a very troubled development cycle, and there's just a lot of I don't think it was the game they ended up really wanting to make, but I'm not really sure if Bayonetta has a future, um, unless they like reboot it again and put it on all consoles. I really think they should just do that because
Yeah.
I think Bayonetta is beloved enough that they could do that. I mean, I still see people playing Bayonetta for the first time on the internet, and they're just like, "What is this game?" Um, my girlfriend was actually watching this guy play through it, and he is a queer man, and he was just over the
I
moon.
think I may have seen at least a video of that if it's the same
Yeah,
guy.
she was sending me all these clips, and it was really funny because he was just
Yeah, he was
like,
cracking me up.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was just so in love with her. So I still think she has relevance and has an audience. I think we should lean into the gay audience. I think they'll really like Bayonetta.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so one other fun fact that I found out uh, is that Sega joined forces with Maxim magazine in like 2009, and they ran a
Hmm.
contest to find a lookalike for Bayonetta, and the winner went to
Interesting.
Andrea Bonacorso, and she won an Xbox 360, a 50-inch plasma TV, and a copy of the game. So
Wow.
I looked up
All
pictures, and
right.
they weren't, it wasn't like this horrible Maxim like it wasn't anything like trashy. It was just like she
I was
literally
gonna
was just in
say
like Bayonetta cosplay.
a Jessica Alba cover where she's got on a she's soaking wet for no reason with a white
Yeah,
shirt
yeah, yeah.
on.
It
Yeah.
wasn't, it wasn't anything like that. I mean, you read about like the old video game industry days. It was just like bikini booth babes and all that stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah, for sure. Right.
and
Yeah.
like, it just doesn't translate to current day. But no, it wasn't as bad as it was when I thought it would be when I looked it up. And I think she's a real estate agent now or something. I was like trying to find out where she went.
she's,
Um,
she's still got that 360 though.
she still got that 360. Yeah. She in her argument as to why she thought she should be selected, she talked about the Sega Genesis slot, and I was like, "Yeah, you win. That's good. We
Yep.
like that."
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, so that was also a really funny thing, that collab, like a promotional thing Sega had done for the game. Um I mean, all in all, I think Bayonetta is still a wonderful, amazing, weird game. Oh, I also saw somebody mention the fact that the game has more in line. with platforms like Super Mario Galaxy because of the way it plays with like field of like not field of view like perception of like running up
Hmm.
like
Right, right,
things
right.
twisting and you running up walls and things, and I was like, yeah, I guess I could see that. Like that makes sense. That's interesting.
Hmm.
But I think all these years later, like Bayonetta for me is like a really, really amazing proof of concept. I think they nailed it with two, and then if you really want to see it through, you go to play three. But it's a special weird game that just so many people enjoy and love all these years
Yeah.
later. What did you think about it? I guess like kind of playing through it finally for
Yeah, that's
first
kind of
time.
was my takeaway from it. I say this so often, but it really kind of did feel like it would have been right at home on the Dreamcast. You know, that there's something about
Mm-hmm.
the arcadey kind of nature of the not just the combat, but even like the way that you move through the game. Because, like you said, like it's like Devil May Cry, where you walk into a room, they wall you off, you know, with this magic, and then you fight the enemies, and it's just very arcadey in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really liked a couple of the like I said, story. I don't know. I didn't even care, to be honest. I was like, all
I
right,
want you to summarize the story for me, Mitch.
no, I couldn't if I wanted to, but but I really liked the. I also liked the design of the enemies. I thought the art style was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I liked the variety in the enemies. There were, you know, no two ever really looked the same. Like it almost plays sort of it at times like they're putting you in like a boss rush kind of game.
Yeah, yeah, a bit.
Uh,
Yeah, a little bit.
so that I was just kind of like, ugh. But I really like some of the set. Like I love the freeway sequence. I
Mm-hmm.
love the airplane sequence. Like I wasn't expecting that type of stuff at all.
Yeah,
I
just
thought the whole thing was going to be like that first level where they're, you know, where everything's on fire and shit. You were just running through a rundown city, and
yeah,
then
like no, no, we're gonna have the airplane sequence, and then we're gonna play this really great piano tune where it's like, "Ba-da-dum, bam,
yeah,
bam, bam," and then yeah, and then like I said, she starts a motorcycle with her middle finger, like just stuff like that is
yeah,
very, very fun.
and then at one point you're a missile or you're on a missile. It's like I was
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
and yeah, you're on a missile and you're shooting things on your
so it's like,
way to the yeah.
yes. So it's like, because doesn't she? I can't remember if she says something or whatever, but she makes like a nod to like Space Harrier, and then the
Yeah.
next thing you know, like you're this like shooter, and I'm like, okay. I mean, what the fuck else are they gonna throw at you in
I
this
know,
game?
and
But
that's what's like so great about the Bayonetta games is that you're just like I don't even know what is gonna happen in the next five
yeah,
minutes.
no idea. So
Yeah, and it's clear that like everybody making it really had a good time. They were really having fun with just the whole concept of it. I do also like how enemies are introduced. They do it in every Bayonetta game where it's like it freezes and then there's this sort of
hmm.
like like angelic or like Diablo-esque type thing where they show you then they tell you the name of the enemy, which is always like some Latin thing or something.
Hmm.
And it's just like some fat baby you got to beat up.
They just, you had Fat Baby, yeah. It's with some with weird, almost phallic appendages.
That's right.
It's, I was just like, this is so weird.
All those torture attacks are also always fun because they're very
I
like
love the torture
they're
attacks. Yeah,
so over the top, and
right,
she's always like BDSM mommy when she does
right.
it, and it's so funny. Yeah,
She's like three-quarters of the way naked because her hair is doing the thing.
yeah,
So,
she's like stepping on something,
right,
and or like using an iron, like kicking people into an Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. Yeah,
I mean, there's one move where you can make your like hair turn into like this big foot and just like
yeah. It's
pound
kick shit out
somebody.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just it's so ridiculous. Like
yeah,
I don't know. Um yeah, I definitely recommend you play two for sure.
yeah. I'm gonna be tracking it down here
It's the best
shortly.
it's the best one. And they have I mean the Switch version is so good. It's just a it's a banger.
Hmm.
Um yeah, so yeah, Bayonetta in 2026 still a good game. Uh also I think
Also,
Switch
go
yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say also, I think you can pick up that Bayonetta Vanquish combo thing. I'm sure it's on PlayStation also, but I got it on Xbox, and I think I
Hmm.
paid like $10 for that. And that's some good shit right there for $10, right? Because I loved Vanquish, when I played it when it first came out. So,
Yeah, Vanquish is equally over the top and fun, like smoking a
hmm
cigarette in a mech suit thing.
yeah,
It's just really over the top.
sliding around, rocket sliding around,
Yeah,
just fucking
rocket knees.
blasted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sliding around. Yeah, that Vanquish is so good. It's only like 4 hours long, unfortunately, but it's so
right.
good. We might talk about that when I'm still debating. Might talk about that. Might talk about Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, Rising Revengeance, um, or some Tango Gameworks stuff. But somewhere in that vicinity of these Capcom guys, um, and what they did. But yeah, I think also too the thing that is still that bugs me though is it's just like all that like that 2009 era. There's just all that like piss yellow color everywhere all the time.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got rid of that, thankfully, with the following two games, but it was just like of that era, that coloring, the piss filter,
Those,
the bloom, all that stuff. So
those
disgusting.
muddy
Yeah.
environments. Yeah,
I mean, thankfully, on like because I think we both played the whatever. That's not like I guess it's the remaster or whatever the Xbox One version that they put out.
yeah.
Um, but it's it's the cleanest and cleanest version of it, looking version of it. But still, it's just
Right.
like some of the color and effects. It's just like, ugh. Um. Well, all right, Mitch. Thank you so much for sitting and talking about Bayonetta with
Yeah,
me.
man. Thank you
Anything you
for
want to?
recommending we play it because, like I
Hey.
said, I don't know when I would have ever gone back to it, but now I'm sitting here like mad that I hadn't played it earlier. So,
Yeah, man, you got the Bayonetta oeuvre is wonderful. It's a great series. So, um, I'm glad you played it. Glad we played it. Glad I played it again and got some achievements again.
mhm.
That was fun. Well, tune in next week or not next week. Jesus
That's going to
Christ.
take me longer than a week.
Yeah, because I'm like, man, I'm gonna be like in Delaware soon. Um, Tune in. Actually, we have to. I don't. We'll talk off the camera. I gotta figure out when we're meeting again because I'm gonna be in Pittsburgh at the end of next month. So we'll talk. But maybe we will do Vanquish. Um, Anyways, thanks for listening. Uh, Word from our sponsors, like and subscribe. And Mitch, thank you as always for being here and. See you on the wait, no wait. How do I do this? See you on the flippity flip.